Egg, so real quick before this video starts, I do want to say that I've heard the rumors of the egg hunt cancellation. I just want to say I have no stance on the matter. Is it true? It was posted on April Fool's Day. Well, not for me, but who cares, right? But it's also well in character for Roblox to just do this, so honestly, who knows? If this video is up after official word has come out, let me just make two separate reactions real quick. Yo, the egg hunt came out. Look at that. How sick is that? Last year was meant to be the last one. Wow, look, it's here. It's still here. Wow. Yeah. And it sucks. And then the other one. Why the fuck would they cancel the egg hunt? It was literally the hyper shit. Are these people stupid or something? What the fuck is Metaverse Champions? This ain't an egg hunt. Get the fuck out. Okay, let's continue. Egg Hunt 2016, an Eggscellent Eggventure, was a true return to form for the classic Egg Hunt style established in 2012. A single localized map with no universes and, the more relieving change, no dev hunt. Although it may seem that it has little chance to fail after the train wreck that was its predecessor, Egg Hunt 2016 exists in this strange grey area of good and bad. Everything was working for it. A brand new team of developers with a vision. The previous year was utter rubbish, so this, being a proper egg hunt, would immediately be considered better, and yet somehow it became the most boring one of the bunch. What happened? Before we truly get started, I'm gonna warn you, the viewer, that this review may be overly critical. Not in the same vein as my original Egg Hunt 2018 review though, my thoughts have well and truly developed in this case. If this is your favourite egg hunt, I'm sorry but you're wrong. Also some other things. I think it's interesting to point out that this egg hunt had early access for those willing to cough up a certain amount of Robux, 450 I think it was. In this release, the game was filled to the brim with far more glitches than the release product. Not fans of Egg Hunt 2016, I will not address anything from that version, partly because I couldn't afford it at the time, nor will I address any glitches at all, because I'll be honest, this is already looking more like a rant than a review. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Let's actually get started now. So why don't we start off with the map? You know, the first thing you see when you boot the game up. So this game's map is very interesting, I have to say. It's this cool polygonal terrain that uses regular parts and materials to create this strange hybrid of actual Roblox terrain and, well, parts and or base plates and whatnot. It looks really good and I actually really like it. But I can't really explain why. It's strange. Like almost every single other egg hunt, the map is divided into different sections by theming. There's a farm area, which is the first area you see outside of the spawn, with a small stable, an attached pen, huge barn, a small garden with strawberries growing, and a big patch of grass. There's a city area that's peppered with office buildings, skyscrapers, a parking lot, unfinished scaffolding, a dodgeball center, and a big patch of grass, an island with a huge coliseum where you fight a dragon with a sweet sword, a graveyard that's watched by these haunted gargoyle eggs, and a big patch of grass. Do you see the problem here? Egg Hunt 2016's map is, while chock full of immersive environments and brilliant designs and cool ideas, is way too big. It's so big that every single area I mentioned each share a common detail, and if you didn't catch it, it's the massive empty patch of grass where there's literally nothing. This map is way too big for the ideas attempted to showcase. It has this huge, expensive environment with very little to show for it, all because they wanted to include the portals from Egg Hunt 2013. It's very obvious nostalgia baiting. It's not working. Moving on, let's talk quests. Despite being catalogued as an egg hunt with randomly spawning eggs as the main hunting mechanic, I guess you could call it, it surprisingly has a significant amount of quest-driven eggs. These quests range from pretty neat to very exhausting, however, with almost all of them being exhausting fetch quests. These eggs all had stupid quests where you grabbed items from across the map. While most of them were relatively contained within a designated section, you know, for example, the farmer egg only asked for items in the farm, right? There's some examples that were beyond frustrating to complete. Namely, the Fabrainz Egg. This egg required you to collect 100 tiny purple shards scattered across the map, and let me tell you, these shards were fucking tiny. Also, there was no way to track how many you collected unless you paid for the fucking shard counter game pass. Which I bought. Okay, listen, I'm not doing that without a shard counter. You couldn't pay me to do that. Actually, you could, but anyway, once collected, the Fabrainz Egg would spawn in the graveyard, for everyone to see. Good luck getting it before someone nicks it. Asinine quest. Never do that again. They never did it again, thank God. Aside from these, most eggs had cool and fun gimmicks that were honestly a refreshing experience. While not many of them had quests, they still had their quirks that gave them a unique charm that I love to see. It was very intriguing to see that this event had plenty of quests that people just don't acknowledge purely because the next year's Egg Hunt took that concept and grew a big fuck off elder tree out of it. Like seriously, because Egg Hunt 2017's quest driven, like you're hard pressed to find any random spawning, people just completely ignore that there's quests in this one. It's strange. Regardless of the outlying quests, some of them were very good, and even the randomly spawning eggs each had their own defining quirks that were well appreciated. So, the eggs this year were extremely mediocre, with very little outstanding designs. Very little had unique meshes, with most just being the default egg mesh with slight changes, particularly the normal egg, that's the prime example. Those that did were pretty good and had awesome designs, like the petrified egg. I love that one so much, it just looks so cool with the furled wings and horns pointing downward, though I can't be the only one to notice this weird thing, right? This weird trend with the eggs. There are multiple eggs that are just the default egg mesh with other hats put on them. Like this just comes off as really lazy to me. But I mean, at least some of them look okay. Like the Vanishing Ninja egg looks pretty good, but the mean extractor is just an egg mesh with the charmer hair, and well, it doesn't look bad per se. It's not exactly something you go, wow, this one's cool sort of thing, you know? It's just weird to me. To conclude, Egg Hunt 2016 and Eggscellent Eggventure is just, well, an extremely mundane experience. For as many things I appreciate, there are more that are just really off-putting, and I can't bring myself to enjoy playing this event. It's so strange. I thought I'd be all about it when people told me, oh wow, it's just like Egg Hunt 2013, but it just doesn't feel the same at all, no matter how many details they put in front of me. Oh look, the egg portals, you remember that from 2013, right? Oh, we're playing Cursed Shard, remember that played in Egg Hunt 2013, remember that? Oh, this map's big, you know, you walk everywhere, you know, remember 2013? Yeah, it's just, no. No, man. No. Here's a rating for you to skip to the end to. I think maybe a 6. Get